Hi, guys.
Hello, welcome to the Smash Ultimate stream for University of
Yeah.
Montana. We are here
Well,
with the Montana High School Championship Series.
Yep, looks like we've got Alberton versus Shelby tonight. They have already played one round, and Shelby is up 1. And we're just going. And I actually have somebody who, understands Smash with me.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
So now it's not
There's a block.
replay making up what's happening.
You get a shield. You can jump in the game.
You can jump.
You can taunt in the game.
Holy.
Are we doing a button test right now? Okay. And we're off.
And we're off.
Princess Zelda versus Bowser Jr. here. Should be a good matchup.
How do you determine good matchups in Smash?
So there are characters who zone, right? So they have like a lot of range.
Yeah.
So like think about it. If you're a ranged champion with a lot of poke and harass, you're going to do very well against like a melee champion.
Right. That makes sense.
Right? Which I don't know this matchup too well. I actually haven't seen anyone play Bowser Jr. in a while. I can't remember the last time. Also, like the gameplay is super loud in this headset.
I know.
So I feel like
loud
I'm
in mine,
yelling.
too.
Can we turn
If
down the game
only-
volume a little bit? Is that a thing? It's okay. I'll
I've
just yell.
never-
If I'm
People
yelling, it's because
have me do this and forget to actually teach me how to do everything. So the little I do know how to do is from just watching other people.
You know what? We're doing it. We're doing great.
It's happening.
Looks like Zelda's doing pretty well. Ooh, we're getting a little bit of lag. But might assume that's on us.
Yeah, probably.
Bowser Jr. just going back and forth driving. It's so good.
Oh,
Ooh, didn't make the recovery. That's all right. Zelda's looking pretty good. Bowser Jr. can still come back. Oh, you guys update the stocks as you go. I see. Wait, 9 stocks. Is it 3 versus 3?
it's 3v3.
3v3 crews? Okay. Still be anyone's game. That's the thing with Smash or any fighting game, really. Like anyone can like come back with like a really good combo.
I experienced that during Extra Life. I got thrown on a fighting game I'd never touched.
Yeah.
And one of my friends got me down to like the smallest sliver, and I just happened to hit the right buttons, and they
you
got knocked out.
Right? I think fighting games are a great like foundation of it's never over until it's over.
Absolutely.
Right?
We've had some wild comebacks with the high school Smash games.
Right? Yeah, like it looked like this game was in favor of Zelda and Bowser Jr.
Doing pretty good.
Oh, he just barely saves it. And Zelda just caught him as he landed. And Zelda is...
Bum, 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 bum. You know what I can probably do? I'm gonna...
We are...
We're gonna go like this.
So it's Cruz. So now Zelda is going to jump off the edge twice and start with 1 stock. We're going to have someone new come in. I'm assuming right now. It takes a little bit in between games if you're watching. They do like a pick ban of maps. So they have a set of maps.
They do that in between each game?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So as you start, and
I'm a professional. I
I'm
know
a-
what I'm doing.
I believe it's going to be the same as, it could be a little different. For example, for NECC for Smash,
Mm-hmm.
when you start a game, there is a strike system. So home, you have your set of maps.
Yep.
I actually have a graphic here somewhere. You have like 4 starting maps. Home is going to strike out, ban 1 map. The away team will strike out 2 maps.
Mm-hmm.
Home team then strikes out 1, and the last one is what you play on.
Oh.
That's how you start a match. Then in between matches, so now what is going to happen is that they know they are going against a Zelda. So they're going to try to find a map where they can kind of, some maps are really good for some characters and some maps are really bad, depending if it has platforms or
Yep.
stuff, right? So they're going to look at it and have a bit more strategy going in. And they're like, all right, we have a Zelda. Zelda is now going to just, we stayed up for 24 hours over the weekend raising charity.
We're still in recovery.
I might mess this up because now it's blanking me, which is funny because I've been doing Smash for years now. They're going to ban 3 maps.
Mhm.
They are going to ban 3 maps, and then we're going to pick a map. I feel like that's wrong in my head.
I have no idea, so I'm going to say you're right.
So you have starter maps, and the
Yes.
starter maps are chosen at the beginning.
Yes.
And then you also have counter maps. You can only do counter maps when it's after the first round.
Mm.
So you can ban like a starter and ban like 2 counters.
Mm-hmm.
And then the opponents can like then just pick whatever's rest from like the pool of maps.
Interesting.
Samus into a Zelda. Dark Samus. All right, now Zelda should be running off the edge twice.
Yep.
Samus is just going to sit there and chill. She's going to do it again.
Whee! I like her little flip off the edge.
Right. Now she's going to sit there, wait for her to stop blinking. They taunt at each other to make sure that they're both ready, and then they just go into it. The Dark Samus just has to get this 1 stock off. And then the next player can come through. But it looks like Zelda is going to get a stock.
It's wild to me that the maps move. It would throw me off
So this is
so bad.
Yeah, it's very interesting that the map, again, it could be a different rule set, but the map effects are on. And for the most part, when you're playing, you don't typically have all the effects going on.
Yeah.
Because I had to stop and think for a second as I saw that water go through. Like, again, like the Pokemon are affecting the map. So it does make it harder.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I might double check that.
Excuse me. I could be wrong. And I
Yeah.
don't know the Montana high
Well,
school rule set
we
very
do-
well because I'm so used to NECC. But
We do loosely base them off of NECC.
yeah,
So I might just double check because Smash isn't my area.
the Samus wouldn't have lost that stock if the water didn't go through.
Ooh.
Because the water just took them down. Or maybe that was... See, that was Kalos, right? But every time we play, Kalos doesn't have the map effects. I would just double check the rules on that one.
Yeah.
The effects are supposed to be off. Okay, so that's where I'm.
Okay.
We'll get that double checked here.
Oh. I'm trying to.
Like I knew something was off, but I just wanted to double check on the high school. On the high school side, if it was
They're called
different
map
or not.
effects.
Yeah, yeah.
Is
The
this gonna mess with him if I'm on his Discord?
no.
Okay. I should have switched, but I forgot to. Match setup.
Yeah. For the and for the integrity of the match, it should just be based on skill and not obviously the effects going on. But again, double checking it. I know from coaching Smash on the NECC side, competitive play shouldn't have stuff that is affecting the map.
I don't know what those
Game
mean.
settings, final Smash off, spirits off, damage handicap off, anyone, items off and none, stage morph off, stage hazards is the word I'm looking for. Stage hazards should have been off. We can double check it. I would say they just replay that map.
Yeah.
They replay the map where obviously Zelda needs to start with 1 stock and Dark Samus needs to start with 3, and make sure stage hazards are off.
Okay.
That's the word I was looking for, stage hazards. I'm like the coach for Smash for our college team. I'm not I don't coach Smash in the sense of I know the game very well and all the matchups. I would say I'm more of like a manager. So I help the teams with the pick bands. We have our maroon team. They handle everything. I mostly help like the new incoming Smash players that are on our tan team. I go over how the game usually works for crews. And but there's been a couple of times where both schools agree they're fine and they've just rolled with it. Okay, so I think this is my first time actually casting high school Smash.
I believe it is.
Yeah, that's a good question, is asking them. Thank you, Demonic.
Yeah.
Thank you,
for your
Demonic Zero, for
help.
being here. I appreciate it. I'm someone, when it comes to Smash, and you have to be, at least for the college side, where I'm very used to like stuff is like by the book.
Yeah.
Because these other teams in college are also very by the book.
That's how I try to approach our
here are
Overwatch
the
team
rules.
as well.
Yeah. So
We didn't know to ask.
we didn't. I would say if both teams are good with it, that's fine. But per the rule book, I'm going to be honest, Dark Samus should not have lost that stock, because they wouldn't have lost that stock if stage hazards were off.
Yeah.
So we were between matches. Yeah, thanks for coming in. Again, high school, and this is just because high school is obviously different from college, but I'm very used to like college and pro play rule sets. And high school is a bit more lenient, as it should be, because I feel like it's kind of like a basic introduction to higher level play. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, and sorry for the pause and everything, guys.
We just want to
wanna
make sure
Make sure it's fair and nice and
everything's
everybody's
fair.
having fun.
Make sure everything is fair here.
Plus, maybe I just wanted to hang out with this awesome music a little bit longer.
That is very true. This music is kicking. We have someone who was on the team. Shout out to Colo. Colo needed to have the right music to play when playing Smash, which is so fair, right? You get your stage selection. Yeah, and I think, everyone's still new. Everyone's still learning. I have definitely made mistakes on the rule sets of Smash when setting up lobbies. And I personally, what I like to do is just, you can make your own, it's like a template for rule sets in game where you can set up an entire lobby. You can already set up an entire lobby and then save that as like a template. So, example for NECC, we have a template that just says NECC. And what it does is you select that rule set and it completely sets up the lobby with everything that you've saved. That's personally what our college Smash team likes to do, and it's a very great resource within the Smash game to be able to do that. It's just like, here's all the rules, you save it, and then you just open that lobby every time you're gonna play.
Oh, that's nice.
Which is super
That's
nice.
what I do like with Overwatch is we can have custom map mode codes.
Yeah.
And that way NECC can make the code for the week. We just put it in. There are some things we double check because it can be a little funky, but most of the time it's good, it's set up, and we're just happy little campers playing our little video game.
Which is like, and it's like, it's not, again, everyone is learning. Everyone is still getting into like how competitive gaming works a little bit with high school, and it's totally fine. Me personally, if I see something, I just want to make sure both opponents are okay with, and then like if they're both okay, perfect, that's okay. Just if I see something, I say something. I'm one of those people, and I just want to make sure everyone's good. What was it? I had messed up one time. So we had changed it where on the college side, it was, we used to have 7-minute timers. So at the end of 7 minutes, then the game would be decided, right? And we actually had a game, and this was my mistake. I'll bring up one of my mistakes because I'm still learning too. Even at this college level and having done Smash for about 5 years, there was a rule where they were like, okay, now we're going to have it at 10 minutes. And this was an update going into the semester. And I messed up because I kind of overlooked and didn't really like compute in my head to update our like arena code for it to not be 7 minutes anymore and be 10 minutes.
Ooh.
And what happened was that we actually had a match that go at 7 minutes and we ended up winning. But if that round would have went to the 10 minutes, it could have ended up differently.
Ooh.
Right? So like that's just stuff where like even I'm like I am not perfect. I still make mistakes.
You're not.
I mean, I'm perfect.
Sure?
I'm
pretty
perfect
sure
in
you're
other
perfect.
sense. Like I'm really good at filling up my water bottle just at the right point.
I thought you were
that
just
if
gonna
I-
end it. I'm really good at filling up my
I'm
water
really good
bottle.
at filling my water bottle. I have it down to a T.
Oh,
where if I
looks like we're gonna go. I do believe we are keeping stage hazards on
okay.
because the person who hosted the lobby doesn't know how to turn them off, and both teams are. They were like, "We're fine with that.
Okay.
Let's just keep going."
Perfect. I think that is like a great solution of instead of redoing it, let's just keep stage hazards on.
Yep.
And people know, and people know now to expect the stage hazards, and I think that's totally
Exactly.
fair.
And I just wanted to make sure everybody was on the same page.
Yeah, for sure.
If they want hazards, we are good with that.
Let's just turn on Pokeballs. Can we do that? Can we just like stage hazards on? The only items that are spawning are Pokeballs,
That could be fun.
and you can only fight with your Pokemon. That would be a great tournament, in my opinion.
Wee.
A dark. Ooh. Nice stock there for Dark Samus. I am totally blanking on this green-haired character's name from. Oh my gosh, I'm blanking on the game now. Oh my gosh, I'm so mad at myself.
I can't
The
help you.
same game, Crom, Lucina, Ike. Oh my gosh, Fire Emblem. My brain has completely died from staying up for 24 hours. Fire Emblem.
Yeah, no, my brain is not
I'm
working
blanking
properly.
on this Fire Emblem character's name, mostly because this was the only Fire Emblem I did not play because I thought the game was just not my
I can figure it out
style.
for you.
Yeah, we actually did a fun tournament. Ooh. That was nice. We did a fun tournament here one night where we only did Pokeballs. And the issue is that the AI for the Pokemon sometimes just doesn't fight. So I think we like upped the amount the Pokeballs were like spawning, so there was just like a bunch of Pokemon. Just it was fun. Derek Samus wins. Wow, that's a nice overlay. Wonder who made that overlay.
Was it you?
It was me. It was definitely me. Oh, as I was saying, I'm really good at filling up my water bottle to the point where you get the max amount of water, but when you close it with your straw, it's not going to spill over. And I have perfected that technique to get you the max amount of water.
Chat, I'm so sorry. With everything that happened, I think I might have messed up stocks. So, we're just going to watch the game. I try. I'm usually very good at it.
I was distracting you.
Yeah.
I also think
I think it was
be...
when we were figuring out the map effects. I think I missed a couple in there.
Oh, yeah. No, that's fair.
I
think there
Alberton's
might be an
on
easier
their
way. Wondering if we could figure out an easier way to do stocks too, you know?
I think we can. This is just
like you just
when
push
we
the
started
button.
doing it, we just kind of like threw it together.
No, I think we need to fix it. Right, meow.
Right, meow.
No, we're good.
But yeah. I don't know. I think Alberton is on their last star.
They should be on their last 3.
Yeah. We're going to put it.
So they should have 3 stocks.
Excuse me, switch. We're going to put 3.
Because the last person has 3. My math was so off. So you do 3v3.
Shelby.
College does 4v4.
Just.
So they would have. They would
3. Because Alberton
3,
just won that
4,
one.
5. No, they should have 4. Right? Because Dark Samus has like 1 stock left, right? Put 4 in trust. And if it's wrong, we can not blame me.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you absolutely. All the blame. I'm the one who's doing this every Monday and still doesn't have it solidly figured out. Well, normally the other one is the brains of it, and I'm just the personality.
Is Steve not banned for high school?
I don't know. I'm sorry, it's not my.
I'm honestly like, I haven't seen Steve forever. He's not. You know, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, I think the Steve bug in general, honestly, is only done by actual Steve Mans who have like put in the time to the character to be able to pilot him in the way that would have that glitch.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad Steve isn't banned. I don't know. I always feel bad when characters are banned. Unless you're playing.
Steve
There's
is
a Steve.
not
Yes.
mentioned in the rulebook, so I'm gonna assume no.
So, and this goes by
Thank you,
tournaments, but there was a bug with Steve where you did a certain move the right way, and it was just a bug. And he would be, I can't entirely even remember. It
Oh,
was
no.
like a couple years ago.
See, Shelby has 3.
So Steve has 3. Dark Samus has 1, right?
Dark Samus has 1.
Yeah. Are they the last player on their team?
I think so. So we're gonna put it at 1, and if somebody new comes out, we fix it that way because we're smart.
So this is separate, right? Okay, so Dark Samus is on this side, right?
Yep.
So that's
it's
showing.
not lined up.
Oh, it's not lined up. Okay.
Alberton, and then.
All right.
Because we're just silly little gooses.
Oh no, and you know what? Asking questions is totally fair because I personally think Smash is one of the most confusing games because of the
tell you
rules
how it works.
that go behind it.
I could not.
Just because of the nature of Smash. So what happened? We got a little sidetracked. There was a bug where I would say it was like an exploit of the game.
Demonic, don't feel bad about asking.
Yeah, don't feel bad about asking
Absolutely
questions.
not.
I love answering questions because then I just get to talk more. But yeah, it was just a little exploit. But the exploit was like you had to play Steve at such a high level and practice that exploit over and over and over to where it like kind of affected the game, but it wasn't really that bad. And also if you caught it, you could just be like, all right, tell Steve players just not to do it. Just don't do it because it's such a specific input of doing stuff to where the character would just exploit just damage and stuff like that. And just don't do it. And so that was like, it really blew up in the Smash community everywhere where, oh yeah, and that's totally fair, especially being new, where, and I honestly love answering questions. This is probably why I have the job that I have, is because I love answering questions. But yeah, so Steve isn't banned everywhere. It comes down to the tournament organizer if they want Steve to be banned. And some people are like, Steve's banned. But then there are some people who are like, just don't do the exploit. But I'm going to be honest, no one at a high school level and no one at a college level, even pro players, unless you have played the character enough, are going to be able to exploit that. You have to be like practicing the exploit. And it's sometimes it doesn't even happen, even if you do practice it and do it right. So,
yeah. Well, looks like that is going to be a 2-0 for Shelby against Alberton.
And Shelby won.
And Shelby won.
Congrats.
Thank you guys for being patient with all the map stuff. We just wanted to make
and
sure
we're
it
learning.
wasn't even playing ground.
I think this is a good thing for me to keep in mind because when we do, we're going to have the high school championship in person.
Yep.
I get to run Smash. So if you're here and want to talk Smash or rules or anything, I'm going to be here running the Smash side of the finals for high school. So I will definitely be here helping out. And I think this is just a great thing to keep in my mind of let's make sure every lobby is set up correctly for finals, you know. Mistakes happen and that's all right. We learn from them. And I think this is going to be a great like back in my head reminder of like let's make sure every switch has that rule set all good to go
Mhm.
beforehand, you know?
Absolutely. And yeah, if you guys happen to be in town the weekend of April 6th, come hang out. We have the high school championship going on, Big Sky State Games. I believe Smash is going to have like a general community
Yeah,
stuff
so
going on,
if
right?
you are high school and you're going to be here anyway playing for the finals, we are going to run a community Smash tournament. Check it out more on the Big Sky State Games website. The Esports is like right on the main page. It has Esports and there is a Smash tournament there. There is an entry fee, but first place is $250 gift card.
Holy.
Second place is $100 gift card, $150 gift card, and third place gets a pro controller. So yeah, come on down,
That
play some
sounds so nice.
Smash.
I'm going to
It's
start
gonna be awesome.
grinding Smash now.
There will also be Rocket League, but since we are here for Smash and I am
The Smash
the
person.
Smash person, the Smash coach here at the collegiate level at our college, promote all that Smash.
Absolutely. But thank you all for tuning in and hanging out with us. We will have Rocket League going on tomorrow, around the same time, I believe. I think some of our games got pushed back an hour.
I always like watching high school Smash because I'm just like seeing how people play, and you get to know the players before they come into the collegiate level, which like helps me
I
like
love it because you
understand.
get to see their growth through college if they come here too.
Yes,
so much
so
fun.
great. It's so awesome.
But
so
yeah.
like, come join the Smash team when you graduate. and come to
Exactly.
UM,
This
you
is all
know?
just a play to make you come to the UM. I hope you understand that.
Yeah. Come join my Smash team. My Smash players are all really chill, awesome people.
Can't confirm.
Everyone is,
They're all
but
really cool.
I want to promote Smash on the Smash stream. So
But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow at 5 for Rocket League and then same time Wednesday for Overwatch. So come hang out with us some more.
have a great day,
Have a
and we will
great
see you
day.
on the next time.
Bye.
Bye.